morning, adventurers. We are going to go ahead and start a game that I was talking about on Tuesday called No One Survived. It is a zombie survival game. It can be played solo or multiplayer. I'm going to go ahead and set this game up as a multiplayer game. And we will, if some of my friends like Shy and Tardis want to jump in, they're welcome to, and I will invite them. Otherwise, it'll just be me. Tormented, how does my sound? Can you hear me fine? Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pick this character. Created it for this game. And I'm going to do a private server. Settings are beginner, catastrophe, or hardcore. We're going to go catastrophe. Game sound is underneath you. Okay, I will lower it here in a second. It is a really loud game. Hey, Odessa. Okay, so I'm going to set it as a zombie wave attack. We're actually going to put it at 15 days just to give time because if I recall correctly in the multiplayer games, the hordes are even more. And so I need to be able to have time to set up a good horde base. I am going to start with the starter kit. I'm going to leave the wave multiplier at 1. This zombie strength is average. Zombies respawn 1. I'm just going to leave these as base. The year duration will be 40. I'm going to turn off permadeath. Permadeath resets all your skills after death, and that's just a pain in the butt. I've noticed on like when I was playing with Shy and Tardis and when I've been watching a couple of other streamers, when they have the loot distribution set at normal on multiplayer, there's like not enough loot. So I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to abundant for this game. The respawn time, if you leave it at 0, it's not going to respawn. So we're going to set it to 5. Merchant restock will be 10, and there's no PvP for us to do. I'm going to go ahead and start. It will spawn me someplace randomly on the map, and then I'm gonna try to go. Yeah, that's what I've tried setting everything to maximum sound. The game is really loud. Hey, Harry. Let's see if I can make an adjustment in here. So we're gonna turn that down a little bit. Okay, we'll try this. So after a zombie outbreak, you sought refuge in a shelter for 3 years. But as resources dwindled, you were forced to leave and now must fend for yourself. Okay, this is the world. This is my character. She doesn't like looking at the camera. There are bunnies that you can kill to eat. There are deer. Like right there. That one really scared me because sound came right out of like behind me. So on the map, I'm currently started here. And so this is kind of like the center of the map. And that's kind of like where I like to set up because you can get to a lot of different things. There's a well in this town, so I'll have access to water and can get clean and stuff. So I'm going to need to run that way. So that is what we're going to do first. So the first things you start out with, you have a bow and arrow. You have a bow and 9 arrows. You have a spear. You have a 44 Magnum handgun. You have a dagger, a building hammer, a steel axe. You have a little bit of food, some medicine in case you drink bad water. You have an iron pot for once you make a campfire, some bandages, some clean water, and some ammo and a med kit. So point my arrow together. So we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go down to this road and then kind of follow that road around. Just because theoretically there could be less stuff on the road. But, animals. There might be some zombies. There could be some cars. Some of the animals in this, there's boars, bears, wolves, elks, bunnies. And the boars and bears and wolves are me. And then you have different types of zombies. Thanks, Harry, for smooshing that like button. Right now in the wilderness, it's not that scary. But once we get there, we will need to set up a base, and we'll need to set up some workshop tools and things like that. Do some looting in the town to get some of the items we're going to need. You can sprint. It takes your stamina down a little bit. So, like, see, here's some cars. We're going to go ahead and check them out. I'm paranoid when I'm searching stuff. I will look around. I'm going to take the small fuel bottle right now. I really don't have anything I'm going to use it for right away because I don't have a car yet. There are cars that you can repair in this game. And I will need to get a car repair kit for it. Pretty sure there's a gas station up here, and there's going to probably be a lot of zombies around the gas station. Depending on how many there are, I may try and loot it, or I may try and avoid it. Okay, I'm going to make a bed over here real quick. Just in case I decide to use it. My spawn point. There are around this gas station. Probably be water bottles in there. So there's 1, 2. Hey, you run out of breath. Yeah, your stamina actually is a stat. Oh, there's one in the back. So the bow and arrow is nice because it's quiet. So if I lose these and I had a car, I could get a lot of gas, but I don't have a car right now, so taking all that would be pointless. But I will take all these water bottles, the cigarettes, the food, the beer, the wine, the magazines. I'm going to leave the coffee for now. And then I'm going to check the cars outside. So these car spare parts you'll use later once you learn how to make car repair kits. So I'm going to carry them. These copper nuggets, the iron nuggets, and aluminum nuggets you can use to make ingots once you learn how. So they're small enough that I'm going to go ahead and pick them up. Some ammo. Keeping an eye around me because I don't need to be jumped by anything. Okay, so these blueprints you're going to need to make the advanced item creation stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up because that will come in handy eventually. And I don't need the gas right now. Once I get a car repaired, I will come back to the gas. But right now, I'm not going to worry. The gun oil is for repairing your guns because they will start to deteriorate as you use them. The batteries come in a couple of different sizes. I'm not going to take any of the batteries right now because I don't have the whole battery set up. I have shoes. I'm not taking shoes. There are different seasons, and so you will need like clothes for the different seasons. So when winter hits, I'm going to want clothes that are rated for cold weather, cold resistance. And when it's in the summer, I'm going to want things that are good for heat, like shorts and a tank top. And I'm going the right way. And you have a couple different stats. Over here you have your water, so how much you're thirsty. This is your health. This is carbohydrates, proteins. This is kind of like your fatigue, so if you're tired. This is your mood, so as you're doing certain things like learning skills in the books and stuff, your mood will go down. But then things like cider, corn wine, and magazines and cigarettes will raise that mood. And then you have your hygiene, so you need to make sure you keep yourself clean because if not, the zombies can smell you more. And then antibodies, how easily you can become infected. My bag is almost full. I may have to start dropping gas to pick up some everything. There are traders, so these people are traders that you can give them stuff and they will either teach you skills or have items that you can get from them. You can also lay down and you'll get your stamina back a little bit faster. Don't mind me. Just laying down in the middle of the road. Luckily there's not too many cars driving around. Unless the people join you and then they could run you over. So like when we come up to this trader, I will stop, show you guys. I'll probably also make another bed just in case something happens between here and I'm trying to head to. Because this is zombie apocalypse. I am a little paranoid. It's okay. Yeah, you've never seen me in a funny. Okay, so speaking of that, so one of my biggest problems with the first season of The Walking Dead is Rick's wife, I think her name was Lori or something like that. Like, her hair always looked great. I'm sorry, I don't think you have salons and hairspray. So, like, I can understand like a messy bun that's kind of oily. Yeah, I can believe all that. But, perfect curls and stuff, no, I'm not buying that. Gonna make a bed over here. How far away do I gotta be from this? Oh, why is it not letting me make another bed? Okay, guess I'm not making a bed here. I'm gonna talk to Chris. It might be something with the multiplayer. Okay, so she sells solar panels, which eventually I'm going to want. And then the industrial batteries are the 200 amp hours. Those are the ones you really want. Then you'll want the 120s and then the 80s. I really don't have. How much is this? Not worth that much, is it? We will just keep going. Oh, she can teach skills too. So you could give her stuff and she could teach you mechanics or electrical. And it costs this much relationship. So you would need to give her enough stuff to equal 20, then learn some mechanics 1, and then you'd have to do it again until you finish learning mechanics 1, and then you'd have to go to mechanics 2. And that's going to affect things that you can learn in your technology. So for this, I'm going to need a log and some stones. But for this, I'm going to need mechanics level 1 and an iron ingot. So as you move down the tech tree, you're going to need some higher level skills. Like this one, you need mechanics level 4, engineering level 3, and electrical level 2. So you actually have to learn some of the skills to be able to make some of them. Time is up here in the corner, so it's already 3:30. It's probably gonna be dark by the time I get there. It's day 1, year 1. It's spring and it's currently 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, the skill tree is actually really cool because you have to learn skills and you have to have some of the items that you're like going to make the better things up or use to make things. So it's not just learning the skills. Let me build that here now. Yeah, I guess I was just maybe too close to the grader, and it's like, no, you can't make it here. I'm just setting this spawn point here so that I don't have to run wherever I end up. Like it would be a random spawn point, and I don't want to do that. I don't have to run all these areas. So I'm not just going to cut across the grass or into the forest and all that, because I know there are some wolves in this area. And I'd rather not get attacked by wolves right now. That's not. I think they stole that from Minecraft. It's possible. I never played Minecraft, so I can't speak to it. Oh, the respawn mechanic? bit more complicated than Skyrim. A little bit more complicated than Skyrim. This is more of a survival game as opposed to like RPG. It does rain. During the summer, there are ash storms. During winter, there are blizzards that can get down to like negative 40 degrees. So definitely having the right gear and equipment for your character is important. Where I want to be. So up ahead is a town, and it has some houses, it has a motel, and it has a police station. And all of that has really good beginner loot, and it also has a well, which is the most important thing, because you can get dirty water there, and then you take it back to your